All right, everyone. Today is Tuesday, which means that it's time for another live Q&A all about dropshipping. As always, I'm your host, Paul J Lipsky, here to answer as many questions as I can for you all about dropshipping on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, and any other questions you have about making money online. Now, in the description, as usual, are links to a bunch of free resources for you. So if you want to learn about Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, I have a free ebook down there for you. If you want to learn about eBay dropshipping, I have a free webinar for you to watch down there. Everything's linked up in the description, so go ahead and check it out. So how this works is we just hang out. I jump into the live chat. You guys can ask any questions that you have, and I will do my best to answer them for you. Normally, we have a lot of people here asking a lot of questions. I had some trouble with scheduling the live stream, so not many of you guys are here yet. So we're just going to give it a couple minutes for you guys to get here. But let me know where you are chiming in from and say hi in the chat so I know that you guys are here. I am currently somewhere in Kentucky. For those of you who don't know, I travel full-time in a camper van. One of the things that I really focus on is always building businesses that are completely online so that I can run them from anywhere in the world. And the reason for that is because I love to travel. I travel around full time. I don't have a permanent kind of house I live in because that's what I love to do. I love to travel. So these kinds of online businesses allow me to do that, but it also means I'm in a new place every week that I do these live streams. So currently somewhere in Kentucky, traveling between two places, which is another reason why I'm a couple minutes late here. So what's up, Noah? Thanks for being here. Noah has a really excellent YouTube channel as well. So you guys, if you're interested in what I'm talking about here on my YouTube channel, then you're really going to like his as well. So definitely go ahead and check out his channel. Lots of content about drop shipping and different marketplaces. He's doing some pretty unique stuff and being totally transparent and honest about it. Hey, what's up? Thanks for being here. Very excited that you were here as well. All right. So Abigail says, "Hey, Paul, I'm in Jonesville, Virginia. Where are you?" In Kentucky. Now, my question is about Zeek Analytics. If all my product results come back with that little red box on the right, meaning Zeek doesn't recognize the supplier, is this normal? It can be normal, Abigail. So Zeek Analytics is a software that we use to do product research, meaning we use it to find products to sell on eBay and on Facebook Marketplace that have a really high chance of selling. That way, we don't list up a bunch of products onto these different marketplaces that probably aren't going to sell. We are going to list up products that have a really high chance of selling, so we don't waste our time with those non-winning products. So Zeek Analytics allows us to do that. It does the research for us. It's going to look and see what's already selling well on eBay, and it's going to show you this item is sold 10 times in the past month. This item is sold 30 times in the past month. This item hasn't sold at all in the past month. And you can filter it so you could just see the winning products. So it's a really powerful software. The one problem with it, I guess you could say, I wouldn't really call it a problem with it, just one of the components of product research is separating out the products that are being sold on eBay that are being drop shipped and the products that aren't. Because if we know which products are selling really well and we're able to identify the ones that are being drop shipped, then we can drop ship those same products. And that's really what the key is. And this is, I go over all this much more in depth in those free trainings I have linked up in the description. So the eBay training, the Facebook Marketplace ebook, everything's in there. So if you kind of want a more in-depth training on how to do that, those are the resources to look at. But the point is, what's happening here is that you are finding winning products, but Zeek Analytics is telling you that they're not sure if these products are being drop shipped. So what you have to do is you now have to manually check. So you can go search for those products and see, hey, is a wholesale supplier selling them? Is a retail supplier selling them? Is this a product that I want to drop ship? Is it being drop shipped from a supplier that I want to use, in other words? So that's a step that you have to do. Zeek Analytics, again, it will tell you what products are selling well, but then you have to go and find where those products are being sourced from. Zeek Analytics, it can kind of do that for you to some degree, But I found for the most part, you do have to do that research manually to figure out where the products are being sourced from. Now, there are a few kind of shortcuts to that. The main shortcut really that I could recommend is find someone who's already drop shipping, find their store, and then just run their store through Zeek Analytics, because then you know that their products are being drop shipped. You know that everything they sell is an item that you could sell if you like that supplier. So all you have to do is now find out which of their products are selling well. And Zeek Analytics can take an individual store, run it through their system, and spit out which items are selling really well. So that's one of my favorite components or features of Zeek Analytics. Probably the one that I use to the most success because it's just so fast with the results with that. And again, this is all stuff I talk about in the free trainings I have linked up down below. Hey, Jameson in Tennessee. Not too far from Tennessee myself. I think I'll be passing through there pretty soon, maybe a couple hours after I end this live stream. I think I might be going around there somewhere. Hey, Davey. Maria in Tampa, Florida. One of my favorite places. I love that area. Tampa, St. Pete, Gulfport. Jesse Shaw, what's up? All right, taking a break. Glad you guys are joining us during your breaks. Appreciate that, man. Yes, I did receive your email, Amanda, but I've been doing so much driving lately. I will get back to you, so I apologize for not getting back to you about that yet. I can't believe it's been a week already, so it just kind of flew by, so I apologize. Does drop source is good drop shipping? I tend to avoid sources like that. I can't say 100% certainty because I've never actually used them myself, but I've tried other ones. Was never really a big fan of those ones, so for the most part, I kind of avoid those suppliers. Uh, my pleasure. I hope I was able to answer your question there. What if a customer wants cash on delivery payment? No, none of that. So when we're selling on these marketplaces, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, they order the item and they pay for it right away. And then we send them the item. Okay. They don't pay for it once the item's delivered. That's not the way this works. That's the normal for marketplaces. So don't accept any other terms. No cash on delivery payments. That just doesn't exist in these marketplaces. You wouldn't buy something from Amazon or eBay and say, hey, I'm not paying for it until I get it. It's just not the way it works. Okay. Hey, what's up, Omar? What's the difference between a personal account and a business account? What do you mean about eBay? Personally, I would go for a business account if you can. You are starting a business, and so you want it to be a business account. So, have you gotten top rated on your store? Is it really hard when you are drop shipping? It's definitely possible. I've been top rated in the past, and I've lost and gotten back and lost it, and it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference at all. So don't even strive to get top rated seller. It's not going to help you. You just want to be above standard. So if you don't know what we're talking about, when you're selling on eBay, eBay rates all their sellers. Now, I'm not talking about the feedback that the buyers give you. That's different. That's out of 100%. You might be around like 95% to 100%. That's good. Anywhere above 90% is really good for that. But I'm talking about eBay itself rates you. You're either top rated, or you're above standard, or you're below standard. It really doesn't matter what you are as long as you are not below standard. When you're below standard, that's when eBay starts to penalize you. For drop shippers, because we are not going to be able to do like 1-day shipping or 1-day handling, you don't really get any benefit to being top rated seller. But you do get penalized if you are below standard. So don't fall below standard. That's when eBay starts to slap on extra fees. They start putting in your listings that it might take longer for your item to be delivered. All these sorts of things that are just going to have a negative impact on your sales. So avoid them from happening. And the easiest way to avoid them from happening is make sure you don't get any defects on your account. So you get defects if items aren't you're not uploading tracking numbers. That's something you want to avoid doing. I mean, you want to upload tracking numbers. You also want to make sure that you're uploading them specifically anytime a customer says they didn't get the item. So they're called item not received cases. You need to respond to those. You need to upload tracking numbers for those. That's the biggest issue that people are going to have. As well as canceling orders for being out of stock. That's the other big one as well. Really, those two last ones that I mentioned. Okay. Flynn. What's up, Flynn? Hi, Paul. Just wondering what you do with seasonal items on Facebook Marketplace. Do you keep them up or remove them and relist them next year? Thanks, Fanny. Oh, hey, Fanny. Great question. So, in general, I try to delete them. Now, sometimes plenty of them slip by and plenty of them stay in. And there's a few reasons I delete them. So, let's give the example of Christmas. Christmas, when it's coming up, you're going to be listing up a lot of like Christmas decorations, for instance, or Christmas trees and wreaths and things like that. So those are in your store. They're going to sell like crazy in November and in December. And then after that, they're not really going to sell all that much. But they also will keep selling. So particularly for Christmas, I found that once the New Year's over, once Christmas is over, people still buy a lot of Christmas stuff, decorations. And I think the thought pattern is that people assume that once the holidays are over, all the holiday items go on sale, which actually is true. But you might not even put the items on sale in your store, but people will think they're on sale and buy them anyway. So you will see sales for those items coming in after the holiday's over. The issue with that is that if you're not really keeping on staying on top of those items, then there's a good chance you're going to sell items that are actually out of stock on your supplier's website. Like you might think, okay, all those Christmas tree items, they're out of stock now, but no one's going to buy them now. So I'm not even going to bother to delete them from my Facebook store. And then people start buying them and you turn around to buy them from your supplier and they're sure enough out of stock there. So you don't want that to happen, which is a good reason to delete them. Also a good reason just because it's taking up room in your store. Now, one really important piece of advice is that if you have any products that you listed up for sale for the holidays, and those items have done really well, like let's say there's one particular Christmas tree that's just done exceptionally well, like it keeps selling over and over and over again, write that one down. Keep a spreadsheet of all the most popular items from that holiday season. So then with a link to it, to your supplier, so that next year, when you go to start preparing for Q4 or that holiday next year, you can just start with that spreadsheet. Say, hey, this item did really well. This was the title that I used. This was the price I had it at. And this is the source. And just list those products first because those are winning products. All right. Amanda says, sorry if you've answered this question 100 times, but what software do you use to share passwords with virtual assistants? Currently, I'm using LastPass and it's good, but it has some glitches here and there. So Amanda, for the most part, I just give them the password because most of the things I'm giving them access to are things that they can't really do too much damage to if I give them the username and password to it. In addition to that, they don't have access to my email. So if they ever change the password, then I'll still be able to override that because I'm the one with the email that's tied to the account. And ultimately, that's the way that you have control over the account. So that's pretty much what I do. If I feel like there's something that I just don't want to give them the password to, then I've used LastPass in the past. I agree it's not perfect, but it works well enough for what it does. So that's a solution that you can use. You can also use a VPS, a virtual private server, which is basically like there's a computer somewhere in some server in the middle of the country somewhere, and you're able to log into it and use it as if it's your computer, like it's like a Windows desktop on there. And then you can sign into your Facebook account and then tell your virtual assistants how to get into that server, and then they'll just be able to use that computer. Everything's already signed in, and you never have to give them their password. It's a little bit more advanced. You get a little tricky. Some of the servers are really slow. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but I understand why a lot of people use that technique. But yeah, for the most part, like when I give them access to AutoDS, you can give them VA access. I just give them the username and password. Same thing for like Zeek Analytics, and I've done that for my eBay account, Facebook as well. So, but that's just me. You gotta find virtual assistants that you trust. Have work with them for a while, and then you will trust them. Hopefully, if they deserve that. Okay, how to make customers trust us? So I think what you mean is you're selling on these marketplaces. The people don't know who you are. So why would they buy from you? So on a platform like eBay, again, you have the rating, right? Customers are able to rate. So anytime you sell a product to a customer, you should be asking for a review, and try to get a good review so that future customers are able to see you and have that social trust. That social proof will be there. Now, on something like Facebook Marketplace, they have a rating system like that. It's less important. What I think is more important is to look like a real person. So this is why you should use your real profile to dropship on Facebook Marketplace, because people will see there's your name, there's your profile image. You look like a real normal person, and then that is more trust than anything else for people to buy from you. What is the difference between arbitrage and dropshipping on the e-commerce platform? So So drop shipping kind of is a version of arbitrage, at least the type of drop shipping that I do. Arbitrage is basically when you take advantage of price discrepancies in different marketplaces. So whether that be you walk into a Walmart store and you see that they have an item on clearance for like $5, and then you go on Amazon.com and see that people are selling it for $45. So you could buy that $5 item and then resell on Amazon for $45. That is arbitrage because you are taking advantage of that price difference between two different marketplaces. We do the same thing on like Facebook Marketplace, because we are buying the item from Amazon where it might cost $20 and selling on Facebook Marketplace where people are buying it for $40, right? So that is a difference in price between two different marketplaces, except kind of the difference is we are setting the price as we list the items, and we aren't buying the item and handling it directly. We are selling it, then buying it from Amazon, and they are shipping it directly to the customers. Um, Okay, Black God says, "Hey Paul, I have a question. AutoDS messed up my account attempting the V2 migration and told me to wait 10 days for a fix. How have the next best listing software in your opinion?" Okay, so I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, AutoDS is moving over to a version 2. They've been doing this all year. I've been using version 2. I really love it. I think it's worth the migration. I think it's a lot better than version 1. And it's worth the hassle of migrating, in my opinion. I don't know what happened with your account. I'm sorry about that. But it's not my company. But I would reach out to them again and say, "Hey guys, I really want to keep using AutoDS. I need something that works now. Can I go back to version 1? Can you download a spreadsheet with all my products in it? And can I just start a new version 2 and just upload it into there with that spreadsheet?" Really try to work with them to find you a good solution. Now, if you're not happy with AutoDS, then the other one that I've used is called SKUGrid. Well, I've tried a lot of them, but kind of the next one I would recommend is SKUGrid. SKUGrid is great for listing, repricing, restocking items. The issue with it is that it's very complicated. I think it's a little bit too advanced, just because there's so many different settings and it can get complicated, and things I found, even after using them for a long time, that things wouldn't be working and I wouldn't even know it. I think it's just a little bit too, I don't think it's very user friendly, is what I'm trying to say. But it does work. So if you wanted to go with a different one, that would be one that you might want to check out. What is your current favorite platform to sell on? Facebook, Marketplace, eBay, or somewhere else? Somewhere else. Okay, next question. No, I'm kidding. No, it's Facebook Marketplace right now. eBay is the tried and true. It's been around. I've been doing it for over 4 years, so it's like the bread and butter, right? It's always going to be there. It's always going to work. Has the consistency. It's very simple to run because I already have so much automation for it. But with Facebook Marketplace, the reason I like it is just because it's so new and exciting. The margins are great there. The sales are great there, and I just love new things. Like that's why I like trying new things. I like being an entrepreneur for that reason. So this is something new and exciting, even 8 months later, 9 months later, because it's just a really great place to be selling right now. Um, but I wouldn't say it's better. To Omar's question, the follow-up question to this, I don't say it's better. I just think it's so new right now, which makes it exciting. You know, we're seeing kind of profit margins on there we haven't seen on other platforms in a really long time on other marketplaces. But I don't think it's better because eBay definitely has a lot more automation. eBay has always worked, and I think it will always continue to work. The future of Facebook Marketplace is uncertain, but I think it's pretty good chance that it's just going to keep being around because they're improving. They want to always make it better, and we're seeing that with it. All right. Can you talk about the first time you used a virtual assistant for dropshipping and how it's going now? Yeah. So when I started dropshipping in January of 2017, it took a little while to see success with it. The really, what I would call, enough success to really say that I was a success. But by the summer, I was seeing some real traction with it, and it really started to take off. And I started to get to a point where I was working my full time job and doing this, and it was a lot of work. I was basically working like 80 hours a week. So that's when I decided to hire my first virtual assistant. I was pretty resistant to it at first because one, I didn't want to spend money when I could just keep it all for myself. That was my thought pattern. And also, I just didn't think they would be able to run the business the same way I could. So I thought they would destroy my business. Both those were completely wrong thought patterns because what happened was I hired the virtual assistant. It freed up more time for me so I could devote more time to business and make more money. And two, he did an excellent job, even better than I did. So that was just completely wrong way to think about it. But the first thing I had him do, because I was so nervous about having him do anything, was I just had him take the addresses and put them into Home Depot and Walmart.com. Back then, there wasn't software that would automatically copy the address. So I just had him copy it all in there, save it in there, so that when I was buying the products and shipping them to my customers, I just had to select them from the drop down. And eventually, he just started ordering the items for me because one day I think I was sick. I was just feeling so overwhelmed, and I just felt like I couldn't, I couldn't do anymore. I was like, I can't. I physically can't even like type on the keyboard. Like, I just felt exhausted, and I just messaged him and said, "Here's the password. Here's the login. Just order these items." And I was thinking in the back of my head, this is it. He's gonna ruin it. He doesn't know what he's doing. But the next morning, I woke up and everything was fine. I just had to trust that it would work. And since I realized that, I've hired a lot more virtual assistants. I'm all about virtual assistants. It's one of the kind of superpowers of my business because that's what really frees up your time, allows you to work more on your business instead of in your business, and it allows you to run multiple businesses. Without virtual assistants, even with software, I would not be able to run, all the different things I do, the eBay, Facebook Marketplace, this YouTube channel, teaching people. I wouldn't be able to do all that without the help of virtual assistants. Uh, cool. All right. Yeah, I'll be messaging you soon, as soon as I kind of settle down a bit. I got a wedding later this week as well, so it's going to be a bit of a crazy week. What's the difference between MAP and MSRP? So MAP and MSRP are really only going to come up when you're doing wholesale drop shipping. So when you're buying from wholesalers, sometimes they will tell you that this product has MAP or MSRP. So MSRP is the manufacturer suggested retail price. So they might say, hey, this flashlight right here, we suggest that you sell this for $20, but you can really sell it for whatever you want. And you'll see this a lot in stores. You might see that in Walmart, this is listed like the MSRP is $20, but we sell it for just $14.99, right? So that way it looks like you're getting a discount on it. But the MAP pricing, MAP, stands for minimum advertised price. That's when a manufacturer says, hey, this flashlight, you are not allowed to sell it for less than $19.99. That's the lowest price you can have for this item. That's the lowest price that you can advertise this product at. That way, it protects the brand of the product. So I think a lot of brands like have really strong brand recognition. So think like Nike or Apple, they would probably have MAP. So they might say, hey Target, hey Walmart, you can sell the iPhone, but you can't sell it for less than this price, $999, let's say. If you do sell it for less than that, then you're in breach of our agreement, and then we're not going to sell you any more iPhones, or we're going to sue you for breach of contract, whatever the consequences are. Probably they'll stop selling to you. So that's what the MAP is, the minimum advertised price. You don't want to go below that, because probably what's going to happen is if they find out, they're going to stop selling to you. The MSRP, you can go below the MSRP, but some products have both MAP and MSRP. So they'll say, hey, the MSRP for this is $24.99, and the MAP is $19.99, which means that you could sell it for anything above $19.99 or $19.99. Ooh, right. Uh, let's see. Doing great, thank you. Um, how many items would you list on eBay to dropship to get results? So, Shane, one of the things you have to realize is that as a new seller on eBay, you cannot scale up too quickly. You do not want to scale your store too quickly, because if you start adding just a ton of products in there, eBay's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who's this guy, Shane, who just came in with listing like hundreds of products? Now, you wouldn't even be able to do that anyway on eBay, because they cap the number of items that you can list as a new seller. But they don't, even if you have a high limit, you don't want to just come in full force like that. That makes eBay nervous. They'll temporarily suspend you just to ask for some verification information from you. But you don't want that to happen, because then it just slows down your progress. What you want to do is go slow and steady, list a few items every day, and make the items as cheap as possible. Find cheaper items. Don't worry too much about profit right now. You just want to get the ball rolling. You just kind of want to season your account, because once eBay sees that, hey, this guy Shane, he's actually selling items and people are buying them, and he's fulfilling the orders, he's uploading tracking numbers, customers are happy. We like this guy Shane. We're going to send him more traffic. We're going to increase his limits. And that, Shane, is when you start to make money with drop shipping. So don't rush into it. Take your time with it, and that's really the strategy for this. All right. All right, Jay. Jay's been drop shipping on Mercari. They actually don't pay until they get the item, which is bizarre, but it has been working. Yeah, I've heard promising things about Mercari. I don't know if I want to jump on another marketplace, but I'm always willing to take a look. So maybe that's something I look at in the future. And if I do, I'll certainly talk about it here on YouTube. No problem, man. We actually have already been at a half hour, so I'm going to go a little bit longer, because I see there's still a lot of questions, and I'll try to go over a little bit longer to answer them for you guys. All right. Abigail says, yes, that's perfect. I overthink product research way too much. Find the other confirmed drop shippers and go from there with the winning products. Exactly, Abigail. So, question about Walmart Plus: should we stay away from those items completely? You shouldn't. You should stay away from Walmart Plus. So, as a drop shipper, we have found that there's no issue with drop shipping from Walmart. But if you sign up for Walmart Plus, which is kind of like Amazon Prime, but for Walmart. They don't like if you use Walmart Plus as a reseller, as a drop shipper. So basically, if you're buying products from Walmart, using Walmart Plus, and shipping to lots of different addresses, Walmart doesn't like that, and they'll shut down your Walmart Plus account. But you'll still be able to buy from Walmart without Walmart Plus. So my suggestion basically is stay away from Walmart Plus, just use Walmart, and save yourself the hassle. All right. It's okay, Sean, no problem. Smash that like button. Thanks for the reminder, Sean. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content, I would appreciate you just, it's completely free, very simple for you to do. Probably takes a half a second to just tap that like button. Actually, tap that like button. Let me know how long it took you. If you think it took a second, half a second, 3/4 of a second, I think it probably takes half a second to do it. Um, let's see. Yeah, look up Blue Care Express for that one. See you later, man. How do you do Macari dropshipping to reprice and update stocks? So as far as I know, there's no software. Maybe SKUGrid does it. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's something you'd have to do manually. So I'm never a big fan of that. I like software, even if software to some degree, like when Facebook Marketplace first came out, when I first started doing it, there really was no software to automate it. Um, Then AutoDS came out with a software that would email you every time there's a price or stock change. So that's at least some automation in there, which I prefer. I think it's not really scalable to a sustainable degree until there is software. Um, but that also means there's going to be less people doing it. So that's another reason to get in as well. All right. Yeah, this is one of the fun things about eBay. When you have a problem buyer and then you trick them into saying something in the messages that will help get negative feedback removed in seconds. Yeah. So, like I said, buyers on eBay can leave you feedback, positive or negative. But if you get negative feedback, it is possible to get that negative feedback removed. There are certain circumstances when that happens. So, for instance, if they have feedback extortion is probably the easiest example. And that's when they say, hey, I'm going to leave you negative feedback unless you do XYZ. And the XYZ has to be something that you already weren't supposed to do. So let's say you don't ship. So let's say they say, hey, they get the item, they have no complaints about it, but they say, hey, I got my item, I'm happy with it, but I decided I want a discount on it. So I'm going to leave you negative feedback unless you refund me 10%. That's feedback extortion. But if they said, but if you never ship them their item and they leave you a message that says, hey, ship me my item or I will leave you negative feedback, that's not feedback extortion because you were supposed to send them their item and they're just kind of threatening you with it, which threatening is allowed, extortion is not allowed. So if you can kind of trick them into doing extortion, then even if they leave you negative feedback, you can get it removed. And there are ways to trick it. It's not probably not the best thing to do. I don't do it a lot, but that's something that you can do. That's something there is, yes, eBay does accept it. Uh, Best software for listing on Facebook for listing. I have a Chrome extension that does that. It is a paid Chrome extension, and that will be, I'll have it linked up in the description of this video. So you can use that, and it allows you to quickly list items onto Facebook Marketplace from other retailers. All right, go for a few more minutes here. Nice, man. Went from below standard back to above standard. So congratulations, you've done it for 2 months now. So I think you're in the clear. Just stay on top of your account and you should be good, man. We were talking about this earlier. Well, I don't have any, oh, I don't have a software besides the lister. Maybe that's what you mean. So, all right. You can just cancel the order, or there's a return that you can do. I feel like the camera's a little bit jittery for some reason. I might have it on the wrong setting here. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, we're almost done anyway, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's getting overheated. All right. Yeah, so yeah, now it's stopped. No, it's still doing it. Something wrong with the camera. All right. Um, Chase says, can't keep up with sales on Facebook Marketplace ever since he made his picture a puppy in a Santa suit. Um, all right. All right, so I'm gonna cut it off there. Um, Sweet guys. So thanks so much for all the great questions this week. We will be live again next week. I do these every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, anywhere between a half hour to an hour, depending on the number of questions, but usually also if I'm traveling or something like that, it'll only go for like a half hour. So thanks guys for your questions. Remember, in the description of the video, bunch of free resources for you. So if you have questions about Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, any questions in there, I have a free ebook for you there. eBay dropshipping. I have a free webinar down there, as well as a bunch of other links. So go ahead and check that out, and I'll see you guys next week for the next live Q&A. See you guys then.